Tonight, NOSSCAR presents the 2019 NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series Championship race at Drieben. And it doesn't get any more exciting than this. You have the defending 2019 NOSSCAR Motormaster Series champion in there mixing it up with Michael Birch in the number 8, his younger brother Logan Bruv in the number 4, and then don't forget BJ Thomas in the 99. BJ has made it to the Final Four for a NOSSCAR championship before, and that was in the Truck Series. Dakota Bruv has made it to the Final Four before and ended up going on to win the 2019 Motormaster Series championship. Those are the two veteran drivers amongst those Final Four that are feeling a little bit less pressure than the others. The two that have never been in this situation before, Logan Bruv, you're looking at him in the 4 car. That black, white, and blue and yellow dirt late model has been strong all season long. 5 wins in his rookie season. Looking to cap it all off with a championship. He's never made the Final Four, and this is his first full-time NOSSCAR season, whether it be asphalt or dirt or any video game for that matter. It's right here on NASCAR Heat 3, and he's got a shot to win his first ever NOSSCAR championship. And then don't count out Michael Birch in the number 8 car. He will be flying fast. He has 8 wins this season, and he's looking to cap it off with a championship as well. No championships here in the world of NOSSCAR for him. Looking to change that. BJ Thomas in the 99 machine has made it to the Final Four before, that being in the trucks. How he did it? 2 wins in the playoffs, his first 2 wins all season long, and one of them being at ISM Raceway to punch his ticket to Homestead. There was no slipping on a banana peel here in the Dirt Touring Series season for him, though. He earned every bit of this. Solid performance all season long. 1 win, built up 17 playoff points, and now finds himself in the Final Four at Drieben here tonight for the championship. The man that really has the most experience, we talked about him, that would be Dakota Bruv in the number 28 car. Watch for him to get the high line working before anybody else here at Drieben. He knows exactly how these cars are supposed to handle and are supposed to turn. He knows when to punch back on the gas to get the car to straighten up. It's really an art form for dirt racing on the NASCAR Heat 3 video game. All about cranking the car sideways in the corner entry and then punching the gas in the center to get it to straighten up and go down the straightaway full speed. We're getting the invitations now to bring you live coverage of the 2019 NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series championship race at Drieben. Here we go. 12 drivers in the race. The ones to keep an eye on, as we mentioned, Dakota Bruv in the 28 rather. Logan Bruv, his younger brother, in the 4. BJ Thomas in the 99. And Michael Birch in the 28. The 8 rather. I'm going to get that mixed up all broadcast long, I'm sure. The 8 car, Michael Birch, 28, Dakota Bruv. And they got a whole lot of competition here to deal with. Drivers outside of the round of 4. Very talented Dirt Touring Series drivers with wins under their belt here in the NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series. That includes Tyler Wagner in the 38 and Kenny Adair in the 9. Kenny nearly making the Final Four. We're getting set, folks. 100 laps at Drieben Motor Speedway. If you got a pick for tonight's NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series championship race, put it in the comments section here on the YouTube video. Let us know. Is it going to be Michael Birch in the 8, Dakota Bruv in the 28, Logan Bruv in the 4, or BJ Thomas in the 99? Time is going to answer all of these questions. 100 laps later, we will have our answer, and the green flag is in the air. You're watching watching Michael Birch battle with B.J. Thomas in the 99. That is a battle for the lead between two of the championship contenders, and they've got Logan Bruv right behind them in third. And there's Dakota in the 28, sporting a bit of a different paint job for this race. There he is, red and black machine running in fourth. How about this? You can tell these four drivers are the championship four. They are up front battling for position. At the front of the field, Michael Birch in the 8, B.J. Thomas in the 99, side by side with Logan Bruv in the 4. Now, if you ask any of these drivers, they would all tell you that Logan in the 4 has been the most dominant driver in the second half of the season. Tell you Michael Birch and B.J. Thomas perhaps were the two most dominant in the first half. And now it's going to come down to one race. The highest finishing driver amongst these four is your champion, 3 wide at Dreven. They're still 3 wide for an entire lap. Logan's going to take over second. B.J.'s going to slip to fourth. And it looks like the older brother of Logan, that'd be Dakota in the black and red, number 28. Clears B.J. Thomas and now goes to fighting with his brother for second. And while all of this is going on, they're watching Michael Birch in the 8 drive away. Dakota picks up second, and now he's going to try to make a charge on Michael before he gets too far. 92 laps to go. Keep in mind this race is divided into stages. We will have 2 opportunities for these drivers to make adjustments to these race cars. And in the NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series, we don't run custom setups, so it is all about the driver, especially for stage 1, when there are no adjustments made on these race cars. We might see some surprises later in the race and find out who knows exactly what adjustments to make to these cars. That might be when the playing field changes just a little bit. But for now, Michael Birch in the 8 leading the way, trying to hold on for his first ever NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series championship, first ever NOSSCAR championship at all. And it would be his 9th win this season. Michael holds the record for the most all-time NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series victories with 10, 9 this season and 1 last year. Excuse me, 8 wins this season and 2 last year. I'm gonna have to get a calculator out for this one. The battle for third is on between 2 championship contenders. BJ slides into the side of Logan just a little bit. That's going to allow Tyler Wagner in the orange and white number 38 dirt lane model to take a look to the inside. And that becomes a battle for fourth. Wagner's going to take position and try to chase down B.J. Thomas in the 99, so the championship contenders now running first, second, third, and sixth. I spoke to the round of 4 drivers earlier today, and it appeared that Logan was a little bit nervous before the beginning of this race. Again, Logan in the 4 has never been involved in a round of 4 situation. This is his very first full-time NOSSCAR season in any NOSSCAR series. And keep in mind, we host 15 online racing leagues on 8 different video games and 3 consoles. So there's a lot out there to pick from. This is the first time he's entered full-time. He's had a heck of a season with 5 wins, and he's only a rookie, folks. But he mentioned to me that the nervousness was creeping up a little bit on him before the beginning of the race, and now it might be showing here in the main event. He's not the only championship Championship 4 contender having issues, though. B.J. Thomas doesn't look like he's got the car figured out. Dave Marks Jr. went bouncing off the wall. Kenny Adair in the 9 was out of control in that corner. And they're all trying to hold on to it over there. Up into the wall went Dave, and Kenny Adair went with them yet again. See if we can get some footage of that. There's the front end damage to Kenny. That's the 2018 NOSSCAR Truck Series champion right there, and he came into this race 5th in the point standings. He was the top driver below that cutoff line to the championship round. And there's Dave, got some front end damage as well. Both drivers are now 1 lap down. There's Charlie Irwin in the number 83 machine, running in the 7th position at the time. He's got some traffic to negotiate through just in front of him. Tyler Wagner in the 38. Billy Milner in the 28, I believe there it is. And the 83, excuse me, the 4 of Logan Bruff, all right in front of the 83 of Charlie Irwin. And that's going to bring us to the end of stage number 1. So at the end of stage 1, it is Michael Birch and Dakota Bruff running 1st and 2nd. There's Dakota. And if I'm not mistaken, it's Billy Milner that's going to get the free pass, and he's in a 0-0, not in the other 28 machine like I speculated just a moment ago. B.J. Thomas in the 99 finishes in 3rd in the stage, and I believe it was Tyler Wagner edging Logan Bruff for 4th, but as of right now, Logan's car is lined up in front of the 38, so we'll have to see. This is the first of 2 opportunities for these drivers to make some adjustments and try to improve their race cars, get it rolling through the center of the corners the way that they want them to. And some strategy on the part of Terry Mason in the 22. He's going to take the lead for this restart. Michael Birch will be in 2nd, Dakota Bruff 3rd, Tyler Wagner 4th, B.J. Thomas 5th, Logan Bruff 6th. Green flag back in the air. You're watching the championship race. Dakota bounces off Terry Mason, takes 2nd place, and they're all going to go around Terry as he went way up out of the groove. There was contact made, that's for sure, and now the battle is on. 3 wide, nearly 4 wide. Nope, it is 4 wide, never mind. And it settles down to 2 wide instantly, and Tyler Wagner in the orange machine makes a huge move on the bottom for 2nd. 3 wide. Logan said no sir, and he came back strong on the bottom, and he takes 2nd place back. Oh my goodness. And BJ got a bump from behind. I think it was from Dakota, but Dakota was getting bumped from Tyler Wagner, so there was a domino effect, a chain reaction, and it was nearly a disaster for one of the championship contenders. It's getting interesting, folks. The 2 drivers that have arguably dominated the 2019 season are now running 1st and 2nd. B.J. Thomas running in 3rd, Dakota Bruff runs in 4th. All 4 championship contenders are inside the top 4 at this time. We're working lap 7 of stage 2 at Dreeben Motor Speedway. Going to crown a 2019 NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series champion tonight on NASCAR Heat 3. And since the drop of the green flag, these drivers have been playing the Sylvester and Tweedy game. I like to call it with Michael Birch, and that's where Sylvester tries to chase down the Tweety Bird. They're all trying to run down Michael Birch at this time. And it's Logan Bruff in the 4, but a half a straightaway behind your race leader. The closest challenge for the lead that Michael Birch has. It's crazy how close to the inside guardrail these drivers get, especially over in turns 3 and 4. Michael Birch probably only had a couple of sheets of paper that could fit in between his car and that inside guardrail that most recent time by. Thomas started in second, had high hopes for this race, runs in third right now. At this point, it's key to keep the track position that you have for that final stage, because you gotta believe that all the contenders are gonna play it safe and take 4 tires, unless somebody falls way behind. I don't think that any of the Championship 4 contenders are going to try any sort of strategy. I think that they're going to want every bit of grip and every bit of speed that they can get. So I think 4 tires is going to be a necessity if they want to have all the pieces to the puzzle to try to win this championship. Your race leader, Michael Birch, working up on lap traffic, going to put another lap on Dave Marks Jr. in the 17, and now it's Kenny Adair in the 9, the next machine in front of him. Kenny, the 2018 NOSSCAR Truck Series champion. Clears him cleanly. Should give you an idea on what your race leader is seeing, folks. Michael Birch, and you a ride around Dreeben Motor Speedway. Tell you what, Logan is looking strong in the 4 car. In stage 1, he fell back to the 6th position. He recovered for the 5th position, I believe it was, at the end of stage 1, and now he's worked his way up into 2nd. Slowly but surely, the rookie coming to the front. He is the only rookie that is inside the final 4. He's got a big opportunity to become the 2nd rookie driver to ever win a NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series championship. He's got a big mountain to climb at this point, though. Michael Birch in the 8 seems to be the class of the field at this time. We weren't sure if it was going to be the same way for stage 2, especially after these drivers had an opportunity to adjust on these race cars. It seems to be the case, all right. That 8 machine is flying fast, freaky fast, if you will. Our slogan at the end of the broadcast is, "Stay fast, folks." Well, Michael Birch must be watching our broadcast, and he has taken that to heart, folks. The number 8 black and yellow dirt late model with the stars on the side, putting on a clinic here at Dreeben Motor Speedway as he wins stage number 2. And he holds Billy Milner a lap, and Billy will get the free pass. Logan Bruv in 2nd, BJ Thomas in 3rd, and Dakota Bruv in 4th. All 4 championship contenders are running inside the top 4, and it is still any man's race, any man's championship at this time. Put it in the comments section in the YouTube video if you have a prediction. Michael Birch, Logan Bruv in the 4, BJ Thomas in the 99, or Dakota Bruv in the black and red number 28. These drivers have one last chance to make adjustments, figure out what they need to do to win this championship. Get goosebumps over here just thinking about it. You got the veteran drivers, BJ Thomas and Dakota Bruv, taking on the rookies, Michael Birch and Logan Bruv. Terry Mason with some strategy again. He'll restart in 2nd, and the green flag is in the air. Final stage of 2019. Logan got to the inside. That's what he's got to do. He's got to make it difficult for Michael. Can't let him get away. There was a bump. Battle for the lead is on. Logan entered a little bit higher so he could carry more speed on exit. been more contact. Logan is there, folks. Knocking on the door of a championship. BJ Thomas in third, Tyler Wagner now up into fourth, and the orange and white dirt late model, Dakota Bruv in the 28, has slipped to the fifth position at this time. Looks like Michael maybe locked up the brakes a little bit, or maybe slowed down a little too much. Logan had to go to the outside. There was a shot given from Logan. BJ looking to the inside. They're all three wide. Three wide for the championship in the final stage. Contact was made. They all bounced off each other. Tyler Wagner trying to just get through and survive. BJ fighting hard. He takes the lead from Michael Birch, but for how long? The crossover move quickly applied. Well, they're still bouncing off each other, but it's again Michael Birch out front, and if they stay side by side, he has shown that he will leave, and he's already trying to do that. When Tyler Wagner cut BJ Thomas off and into the wall just a little bit, BJ gets a bit of a retaliation bump and now goes for third heading into turn one. Time is running out, 22 laps to go. At Dreeben Motor Speedway, BJ Thomas clears Tyler Wagner, Dakota Bruv trying to do the same. Action all over this racetrack. It's Keith Ayers in the purple and green and red, number 28 if I'm not mistaken. He's up there trying to get inside the top five, but he's got a car looking to the inside of him, and that's Charlie Irwin in the 83. There's Logan running in second. He's got a little bit of time to work with, but not much. There's Michael Birch. He is the leader, and as of right now, he is in position to win the 2019 NASCAR Dirt Touring Series Championship. He's led the most laps in this race. In fact, the first time we've seen somebody else lead a lap all race long was when BJ Thomas was able to clear him, and that did not last very long. Michael has a strong car today. At Dreeben Motor Speedway, can Logan run him down? The gap staying about the same right now. Dave gives way for the leader. He knows what's at stake. He is a veteran driver here in the Dirt Touring Series. Logan gets by clean. BJ's going to do the same. Watching the battle for the championship. Can they run down Michael Birch? Do they have enough time? Dakota has finally cleared Tyler Wagner in the 38 machine. That took him a little while, and now he's got some fresh air in front of him to try to run down the front three. There's a good look at Dakota Bruv in the 28, 2019 NASCAR Motormaster Series champion. He's got a mirror full of Tyler Wagner right now. Tyler Wagner, a former winner here in the NASCAR Dirt Touring Series. Very used to and very accustomed to these dirt late models. We got a battle for the lead. Michael Birch and Logan Bruv. The battle for the championship is on. The two rookies going at it. There was contact made. I can't believe he's right behind him. They crossed the start-finish line, and I believe there's about 15 laps to go. We have no scoreboard, folks. We're giving you what we can, and the battle for the championship is on. Did Michael bounce off the inside guardrail? I don't... Oh, maybe he didn't. Still at the full speed, it appears, and Logan is still there, still challenging. bit out of shape, trying to give the bumper to Michael Birch, and got a little out of shape again. This also brought BJ Thomas back into the thick of things. That green and lime green car coming into your frame here and there. That is BJ Thomas in the third position. Tyler Wagner has taken fourth. It's Dakota Bruv running in fifth. More lap traffic. We'll have to see if this has some sort of an effect. We think that it might have already had some sort of an effect because, like we mentioned, Logan Bro was right on the bumper of Michael Birch. Keep in mind, these cars don't have bumpers, but if they did, that's where Logan was, and now he's got about 4 car lengths separating the two, and a big wreck over here in turn 4. Dakota Bruv, one of the championship contenders, was involved. Man, we didn't see what happened, but he was in there, and now he's got all sorts of front-end damage. He and Dave Marks Jr. had some sort of contact. See the mark on the right front of Dave's machine. And now the battle for the lead is still on. We're going to bring you coverage of the fight for the championship all the way until the very end, folks. It's Terry Mason in the 22. Oh, and it's Dakota Bruv in the 28. They were side by side battling for position. There was contact made there. Now Terry goes up into the outside wall. Dakota made a bit of contact. This allowed Logan in the 4 to get a whole lot closer. Down to about 2 car lengths. Lap traffic definitely showing that it's going to be a factor. We have under 10 laps remaining here at Dreeben Motor Speedway. Michael Birch closing in on his first ever NOSSCAR championship. In fact, the 2 drivers running in first and second are both looking for their first ever NOSSCAR championship, as is BJ Thomas in the 99 in third. And that will do it, folks. History has been made. We have a brand new NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series champion, and his name is Michael Birch, driver of the number 8 Dirt Late model. Fatal Motorsports driver, and they are all jumping and celebrating here in the infield for Michael Birch, their driver. Logan Bruv in the 4 finishes in second in the final standings. BJ Thomas will finish third in the final standings. What an event. Congratulations to Michael Birch. Post-race interviews coming up. And it was Logan who had the quickest lap time in the race, just couldn't seem to run down Michael Birch. What a race, folks, and it is Michael capturing the championship. We are going to get a post-race interview with your 2019 champion. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored by the presence of your 2019 NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series champion, driver of the number 8 Dirt Late model, Michael Birch. Thank you for joining us, Mike.
Oh, no problem. I gotta thank my sponsors, Jade, BJ for the chassis. Oh my god. Everyone's support, man.
It is so hard to win a NASCAR championship. It is so hard no matter what series it is, which video game platform you're playing. It's next to impossible at times, and you've done it. You are a NASCAR Dirt Touring Series champion. What is going through your mind?
My mind is thinking, it's racing. Like, I can't believe I did it.
Well, you did it. What was going through your mind? Leading the most laps and pulling away from the field, especially in stage 1 and 2.
Well, one thing that got me a little worried is what Dakota, Logan, bro, he was catching me, and I just try to just hammer down and just try to think positive thoughts. And
Was there a point in time when you thought lap traffic was going to be a big factor?
yes, yes, it did. It played a little big factor because I wouldn't done it because some of the lap traffic helped me up, some didn't. It just.
Well, it all seemed to work out for you. You had a couple of challenges. Terry Mason did some pit strategy. BJ Thomas
Oh
took the
yeah.
lead in the final stage there for a moment, and you had Logan Bruv right behind you, giving you a couple of nudges here and there to see if he could get you out of your comfort zone. What was going through your mind during the final
Oh,
stage
I
when
was just
things
trying
got
to be
interesting?
calm and be patient. Let him mess up.
How much time and effort and practice did you put into the Dreeben Motor Speedway race?
Honestly, to be honest, I work all the. I've been working a lot, and I have probably 2 days.
Wow. Well, you were well prepared, and it was very, very obvious right from the get-go. You led the most laps. You first of all, you won the pole. You led the most laps. You won stage 1. You won stage 2, and ultimately, in the end, you won the race and your first NASCAR championship. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before we close the interview?
I give a shout out to Jade, BJ, Tony, and Keith, and all the people that supported me along the way.
Excellent. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 NASCAR Dirt Touring Series champion is none other than Michael Birch. Give him a hand, everybody out there, everyone around the world who supports NASCAR. Absolutely give this gentleman a hand. First ever NASCAR championship. Congratulations.
Whew.
Gonna see what Logan is doing. See what's going through his mind.
Set, right?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. And joining me now here during the infield ceremonies here for the post-race show, driver the number 4 Dirt Late model, Logan Bruv. Rookie driver, 5 wins this season. You came this close to winning your first ever NASCAR championship. What was going through your mind when you started to reel in, Michael, in the final stage?
I actually had a faster car. I had the fastest car of the whole night, but stuff happened and I couldn't get him out of my way.
We saw you trying. You were using the chrome horn a few different times. Were you trying to get him out of that preferred groove? Because he seemed really strong down there.
Yeah, I don't know if he was using the brake or what, but he was way slower than me going through the corner.
Yeah, some of these drivers do tend to hit the brake to keep the car pointed straight. If they're about to get a bump, they try to time it right. What was going through your mind there in the final stage when you and BJ started mixing it up with Michael? The plan had to have been to keep Michael distracted and busy, because if he got out front, he was going to go.
Oh man, my number 1 fan, BJ, he lit it up. 3 wide, coming out turn 2, I was like, oh god.
It was great action. I'm sure all the fans watching at home loved it. I know I did. At that point, I thought that we might have a new race leader, but yeah, Michael ended up getting back out front and pulling away a little bit. Was there anything you maybe could have done differently to reel him in?
Not really. I mean, the line I was running is pretty much the only one I knew.
One last question for you. In stage one, something happened, it looked like, and you slipped back to the sixth position, but you recovered back to fifth before the end of stage one. What was going on with the car during stage one?
Oh yeah, stage one, I couldn't even get the car to get to the corner on the outside because everybody else was on below me.
Ah, taking the preferred groove away.
Yeah.
Well, for a rookie season, you did one hell of a job. 5 wins and second in the final standings. You proved to everybody that you do have a spot in the NOSSCAR Dirt Touring Series always. Congratulations, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you.
And that was Logan Bruv, driver of the number 4 Dirt Late model. Final standings position number 2. Gonna get a quick post-race interview with BJ Thomas before we wrap things up. He brought the number 99 Dirt Late model home in third. Post-race interview coming up with BJ Thomas. He brought the number 99 Dirt Late model home in the third position at Drieben and therefore finishing in third in the final standings. And we're standing here now with BJ Thomas, driver who finished in third at Drieben Motor Speedway, finishing in third in the final standings as well. Honestly, BJ, when we look at you, you're obviously the driver who has the most experience out of all 4 of the championship contenders in the NASCAR Dirt Touring Series. You've raced against the very best on the dirt on the NASCAR Heat 3 video game, and you've been around for every season that we've had on the dirt. So a lot of the fans picked you. Was there anything you could have done differently to run down that number 8 car?
Yeah, a lot more practice. uh, but he totally had us outmatched in the pits. Uh, it it was a fun race overall, though. Can't complain. Uh, 2 hours of practice I got. Yeah, I pulled it in third. I feel good about that. I wish we could have got the win, but I was just here making it interesting.
Did you ever? Especially in the final stage, you made a big 3 wide move with Michael Birch and Logan Bruv, and it got really interesting really fast. What was going through your mind there? You were thinking championship, weren't you?
Uh, well, first thing, I want to put a show on for the fans. I'm not no pussy. I won't lay back. I'm going to take whatever is given to me, especially in the final race. And the door opened up, and I went for it, and we started going 3 wide. Uh, I got the lead, and I'm like, I just got to keep him from getting the cutback, but he got the cutback because I did a idiotic move, and then that cost me to go all the way back to like third or fourth, and then yeah, that pretty much sealed the deal there.
What does the future hold for BJ Thomas? You've made the Final Four for the Truck Series, you've ran some races in Cup and Motormaster, and you've nearly won a championship now in the dirt. What does the future hold for Thomas Motorsports and BJ Thomas?
There's room for a lot of improvement, so hopefully we can go and get a championship in some lower series like the trucks or Motor Masters. Uh, there I'm not really too worried about, but I that probably is the one of the biggest on my bucket list. But I'm more worried for the Motor Masters or trucks because that's a bigger stage though.
We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors in the world of NASCAR racing, and congratulations on your third place finish at Drieben and third place finish in the final standings for 2019 Dirt.
Thanks. Good night.
And that was BJ Thomas coming this close to winning the NASCAR Dirt Touring Series Championship. Gonna get a interview with Dakota Bruv. Pardon me. Gonna get a quick interview with Dakota Bruv, driver of the number 28 Dirt Late model. And we are finally joined now by Dakota Bruv, driver of the number 28 Dirt Late model. And Dakota, it wasn't quite the race that you were looking for here at Dreba Motor Speedway, but you did capture the 2019 NASCAR Motormaster Series Championship. We hope that that helps with this just a little bit. What was wrong with the Dirt Late model at Dreba Motor Speedway? You seemed a bit off the pace compared to the good old classic fast, freaky fast Dakota Bruv.
Today, man, the car just wasn't there. I couldn't get it to quite set right in the corner the way I needed it to, the way I could get it to do in practice. It was a good race. I got in a mistake and got into it with the car about mid-pack, and I got some damage, and that damage ended up affecting me in the long run in the third stage, and it just wouldn't go any quicker. I couldn't do anything about it. I just ran where I was, and I got mixed up with the lap car and got taken around. But I got to give a shout out to Mike, man. He busted his ass this season. I'm glad to see he got somewhere in this series, and he really deserved one, and him and the whole Fatal crew. And hats off to them guys. They got him one. And after coming off the Motormaster Series, I had a kind of an asset to come in here and try to do the same. And you have your good seasons, you have your bad seasons, and this season involved a lot of DNFs and a lot of problems. And hopefully we can get this shit straightened out and head into next season strong. But like I said, congratulate Mike. I also want to thank my brother. I spent a lot of time helping him this season. I'm glad to see he got where he got. Finishing second in his very first series, and it's pretty cool to see someone come in pretty hot and take off like that, and pretty proud of him. He's came a long way, and I want to say thanks to BJ and everybody else, you guys that race respectfully and clean and things, and these guys run hard. They don't back down. They run it just as smooth as anybody else can, and just an overall good group of guys. But congratulations back to Mike, and I want to say good job to Logan again. He worked hard too, and BJ as well, and everybody else. This has been one season that's one to remember. It's going to be a tough one for me, but we'll chew it up and head into next season in all series, and hopefully we can come back and bounce back and get another.
You can tell we had a very deserving group of championship contenders. All four of you guys were occupying the top four positions for most of this event. All four of you showed great speed. Three of you led a lap at one point, but it just seemed really hard to run down Michael Birch in the 8. Once he got clear of all traffic, it was just next to impossible to get to the inside of him. Was there anything you could have maybe done differently to run him down?
Man, there ain't. I mean, he had a smooth, crisp line just about like everybody else in the top did. They held their line, they ran it, and they ran it smooth. The first stage, I was up there. Second stage, I kind of fell back to about the 4th, 5th area. And that 4th, 5th area is where I got caught up, and I couldn't get past that. There at the start of the 3rd stage, I was battling for second. I got 3 wide with a couple guys, and I decided to lift, and I let them get back in their line, and that's where I messed up, and they pulled from there. And I should have just held my line and tried to do as best I could, but out of respect for everybody, I tried to do everything as clean as possible and set an example, and hopefully that just shows it. And congratulations to Michael Birch and Fatal again.
And congratulations to you too, finishing 4th in the final standings. Very well earned spot and a very strong season for you and your race team.
Yeah, we'll take it off and move into the next series and hopefully finish strong again and get this team back up and going.
We wish you the best of luck of that. And once again, congratulations. 4th place in the final standings in such a tough series like this is definitely nothing to whimper about.
No, it ain't. And I want to thank you for everything you do as well. You got a big part in this, and you don't get a shout out as much, but thank you as well for doing what you do. Man, we appreciate it.
Hey, thanks very much. Honored to do it. I'll take a shout out anytime I like it. That was Dakota Bros, driver of the number 28 Dirt Late model, finishing in 4th in the final standings for the 2019 NASCAR Dirt Touring Series. They were all trying to run down Michael Birch, none of them were able to do it. The driver of the number 8 Dirt Late model, driven by Michael Birch, they are your champions for the 2019 NASCAR Dirt Touring Series season. From all of us here at NASCAR, join us this Friday for the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series Championship race, and then that will be all of the action that NASCAR covers on NASCAR Heat 3. Good night, everybody, and stay fast.